Welcome to the channel. So here we have the Supernote Nomad. It's a e-ink, sort of not really a tablet, but it is a tablet. There's a whole thing to it. The whole idea is it's incredibly minimal. You have things like iPads that do it all, laptops that do it all, things that do it all in general. This thing is for those who write and draw and take notes and stuff like that. Anyways, as you could see, there is a section for the case or like sleeve thing that you could buy. I do have one of those at this point. I'll be reviewing that later, but I didn't get it in my initial thing that you see here. It's a pretty cool box, honestly. I have the crystal one, which you'll soon see is actually really nice. By the way, I'm XPI Sigma. I'm a digital artist. I love technology like this. And when I found a lot of e-ink displays could use a like an S Pen, an EMR stylus, I started just going into the rabbit hole, and I came across Supernote. And here I am. I really wanted something that was like not too small, not too big. And this, I'm pretty sure it's 8-inch screens. This 8-inch screen is just, it looks great for what I needed. You might be wondering what that screwdriver thing is for. Basically on the back, there's screws. You take off the plate, and the thing itself is actually modular. See those shiny silvery sections? That's what would come out and be replaced with a different part. There's also a micro SD card slot, which is really cool. I really appreciate that sort of thing nowadays. You'll notice on the top and the bottom, there are actually like magnets. Pretty good magnets from what I've seen. I don't have the case to try it on right now, but that'll be in my full review. So if you'd like to hear a digital artist's take on this device, I will have a review out there really soon. So subscribe and do all that stuff if you're into that kind of thing. Really good weight. It's a great device so far. It feels premium. I do wish the outside was black, but the white's actually been quite nice, and it does match with the crystal aesthetic on the back. Little 90-degree charger. Always appreciated. Let's get a closer look now. So here we're turning it on for the first time. And now we wait. By the way, it doesn't take this long to start up. This is literally like when you first turn it on kind of stuff. Still going. Technically, I could have skipped it, but I kind of like showing how long it takes in real time. There we go. So it's a pretty basic setup. I feel like I can actually go over all of this because it really is really short. So you just choose your language and your location, which I, as you could see, failed to do. There we go. I'm blurring out my Wi-Fi because I feel like I actually didn't need to blur out my Wi-Fi, but I don't know. Security. But yeah, Wi-Fi. So here I'm just going to connect to my Wi-Fi and go from there. First, let's try out a pen. This is the Wacom, what is it? The 1x Wacom stylus? The old generation. The new generation has like a white tip and black back, where this is like the opposite. Either way, it's an EMR stylus, and it works great. Whoops. Sorry, I thought I could pretend to twirl my pen there. And yeah, just some basic settings, honestly. We're not going to really go into the real nitty-gritty here. Once again, I'm going to go more in depth later about that in the next video. But I figured, let's get the unboxing out now and my first impressions, and just go from there. So here I'm immediately trying out the notes. It's giving me a nice little guide, and there we go. It feels really nice. Feels great. My initial tests, as you could see, I'm doing the usual, like how these circles going, how these lines going, any input delay sort of stuff. Well, nothing I could detect. And I mean, there's obviously input delay of some, form, but it's nothing that I dislike, if that makes sense. I'm really picky with that kind of stuff, and this feels really nice. Great texture, too. That matte, like, screen protector-y thing over it just feels great against the stylus. Sometimes there's, like, ghosting, which is like an e-ink sort of thing. And that's when I was swiping up. It, like, resets the screen. It is not a nuisance, and it's one of those things that it really didn't cause trouble for me. Cool little settings panel, and that's where you could update and do your stuff. Anyways, the rest is just me exploring. There's the Kindle app, which I don't really... It's books. Books are fine. I did put some comics on here, and they look really good. But the Atelier app is where it's at. The Atelier is like the digital art application. I've been having lots of fun with that. As of now, when I'm actually doing the voiceover for the unboxing, well, this is about like 2 months-ish after. I got this back in October, and I wanted to give enough time to like play with it and talk about it. And Atelier has been updated. The whole Supernote Nomad has been updated in general. And I kind of love seeing such a product kind of growing with their fan base. I've never really kind of seen that. You have things like the Remarkable and the Books, however you say that, the competitors. And it looks like they're kind of ahead of Supernote. But the way Supernote's community is, these updates just are really cool of what they're doing. They're adding a lot of quality of life, and they're actually listening to us. So I'm really eager to see like the new stuff. By that I mean, I wish there was tilt sensitivity, which a lot of the other e-ink tablets have. And that's an inherent property of the pen. So there should be tilt sensitivity, right? I don't know. It must have to be programmed. Maybe we'll get it soon. Maybe we'll get it by the time I put out the review video. Who knows? But I am going to review it as is. There are a few tools, as you could see. There's basically like a regular pencil with HB and all the different like hardnesses. They do have some pressure. The pressure response is not the best, but it actually still feels really nice. It's kind of what you expect for the speed. It's not exactly that it's slow, it's that the refresh rate when you're doing some things are low on purpose. Every time the screen updates, well, it uses battery. So when you're drawing, it's super snappy, but if you're moving around stuff or going through the menus, it's going to be slower. The cool thing about these kind of screens is, yeah, they only use battery if they update. So it could be on that same screen, and it's just really the processor in a super low state, and that screen's doing nothing. It's like an electric Etch-a-Sketch. That's how my brain kind of thinks of it, at least. But we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping this makes me more productive. I'm hoping it really just lets me do that stuff on break at work and do my figure studies and all that sort of stuff. Because a lot of other devices are distracting. And this just felt different, and I don't know. I really like trying stuff. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Just keep an eye out for that other video. It will be coming out eventually. I'm waiting on my case to get here, and then I could do a full like, hey, here's the sleeve. Here's the folio, whatever it's called. Here's the folio. Here's the thing. But yeah, that's it. All right. Catch you later.